When it comes to Mideast peace, the world often asks why Israelis and Palestinians can't make it work. A new book blames the trouble on a hidden party fueling hatred between the two. A warning, the book contains salty language and crude references. CBN News takes a closer look at the frightening influence of these European and even American groups.
Anti-Semitism is alive and well in Europe, with attacks in France and Austria doubling since 2013. This year has been marked by attacks at a kosher supermarket in Paris and shootings of Jews in Copenhagen. The new book, Catch the Jew, has been a #1 bestseller in Israel. It claims Europeans are fanning the flames of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict by exporting that anti-Semitism to the Middle East.
There is not only Jews and Arabs here, the way I thought, fighting it out. There is another tribe here, and the tribe is called Europeans. Some Americans, but mostly Europeans.
Author Tuvia Tenenbaum says European governments back organizations that claim to help Palestinians, but their true goal is to create friction and chaos.
In reality, they have come to this land to implant and instill hatred in the heart of every Muslim against the Jews, and also sponsor self-hating Jews to catch the Jew doing something wrong, to declare the Jew evil, and to end the story of the Jews being here.
Behind me is an Israeli checkpoint. It marks the crossing between Israeli and Palestinian areas, and European groups send monitors here. They're hoping to catch Israeli soldiers doing something Europeans don't like. For 6 months, Tenenbaum and his wife Miriam interviewed hundreds of Israeli Jews and Arabs, Palestinians and foreign aid workers, asking about their jobs and beliefs. Paid by a German newspaper, Tenenbaum posed as a German and hid his Jewish identity. In the eyes of Palestinians and internationals alike, being German, they thought, made him a kindred spirit in the hatred of the Jews.
This is Bedouin land, we shall not be moved.
He captured many examples on video, like this Palestinian, Atef, a top researcher for the pro-Palestinian Israeli human rights group B'Tselem. The group documents alleged Israeli brutality against Palestinians. Atef says the Holocaust never happened.
Because we're Germans, we support the Jews. But ask him if he remembers that we also killed them.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
Tenenbaum challenged B'Tselem.
I want you to retract the reports that he signed on. How can you believe a guy, how can you trust a guy whose research has found that there was no Holocaust?
Another example involves Casa per la Pace Milano, House for Peace, a group backed by the European Commission. It brings young Italians here for what it calls peace education, to see firsthand the situation in Israel and Palestinian areas. Yet some of that education comes from tour guide Itamar Shapira, who describes himself as an ex-Jew and speaks against Israel. During a tour at the Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial, he compares Israelis to Nazis.
This one is a very known massacre that happened here in 1944. It's called Bir Yassin. It used to be a Palestinian village below these houses and trees, a Palestinian village of a few thousand people, and about 170, 120, 400, again a fight of the numbers of Palestinians were killed over there.
The museum fired Shapira as a guide, but he continues to conduct private tours. Tenenbaum's German connection also gave him access to Palestinian leaders like former security chief Jibril Raju, considered a Palestinian moderate. He told Tenenbaum that even Hitler didn't know how bad the Jews are.
Yeah, my question to you was, do you think the Israelis have changed?
Excuse me, let them not to change. Let them not to change. Israel will be isolated. Israel will be more than South Africa.
Hanan Ashrawi is a Christian Palestinian, yet she wouldn't talk about the existence of a Jewish temple here. Her former boss, Yasser Arafat, said the Jews never lived here.
Of course, no, the Jewish tribes were here, but they weren't, a state the way they claim it to be.
There was no state.
And I don't.
Was there
I believe there was.
Was there a temple there?
Judea, Samaria, or whatever. I have no idea. I'm not an archaeologist.
Tenenbaum doesn't blame the Arabs. He lays the guilt squarely on the Europeans who pay them. Tenenbaum, whose grandfather was murdered by the Nazis, has this message for the Jews.
I don't want you to die. I don't want you to disappear. Fight back and be brave about it.
John Wagi, CBN News, at the Adarot checkpoint near Jerusalem.